folks, and welcome to another little episode of Real Country with Jeff and Melanie. This morning we're going to get back on the outdoor kitchen build. In the last little segment, I called it Stick Hinge because it was really just some sticks sticking up out of the ground. Today we're going to try to finish tying it up and get it ready to put the so-called rafters on there and then the tent. Let me start by doing a little bit of explaining. Let me get some coffee. I am not a professional carpenter, as I have mentioned in the past, and this is going to be an ugly build in more ways than one. Even though I'm not a carpenter, I do know when something's right and when something's wrong. And let me explain. As I mentioned before, my dad used these timbers under his boathouse to brace the old boathouse where it would keep standing. Timbers had started to sag with age, so he cut down a cedar tree that was growing in his backyard. He quartered it 4 pieces running lengthwise, and then he carved notches in them and slid that under, I guess it was 2x8s, 2x10s, to brace them to prevent any more sagging. When he did this, he didn't care about looks. No one was going to see it but our immediate family in the backyard. And so if part of the log was the rounded part, that's fine. If it was the hard 90 where he quartered it, that's fine. He didn't care. It was for function and not looks. Well, because I want to save these, many of you out there may have already lost your parents. Even something as simple as an old beam of wood, you know, it was your dad's. He made that by hand. And if it's still good, you're going to try to keep it and use it for a little while. So what I've had to do, because of the way he has already notched these boards, it's not going to be pretty. Part of these are going to have round facing in and round facing out, and there's just nothing you can do about it. So I had to brace it the way I could use it, and it's not square, it's not plumb, it's probably not going to be level, but all we're going to do is put a tin on top and keep the rain off of us and keep us in the shade. So bear with me. Like I said, this is not a permanent structure. This is what I call hunting club, building a shed in the backyard for chickens or whatever type carpentry. It doesn't have to be the code. It's not going to be square and plumb. So if you see the video and think, boy, he didn't do that right, it messed up, well, you're right. I know that up front. But just no more than what we're going to do with this. We're going to make do. It'll be fine unless we have a tornado come through. It'll be standing there when I'm ready to take it down and move it somewhere else. But let me walk you over there, and I'm going to basically show you what I've done. Don't laugh too hard because I know it's not right. And then eventually I'm going to finish it up for today's little segment, and then we'll move on. Alrighty, so basically with the notches in place, we're setting the 2x6 in there, and it's bolted to the run that goes to the back corner back there. And we got a little downward slope because our land is crooked, and that'll be good. It'll help the runoff. And then we have a notch right here, and I'm using 3-inch screws. But here's where it gets fun. Let me take you back where we were. Because of existing notches, we're having to go on the inside of these posts. So that's your problem in a nutshell. And right here, we're going to have to do the same thing and put it on the inside. Let me walk us over here. So basically, when I had to add the notches, I brought the chainsaw and just came down and made another little notch. I've already put nails in place here and at the one in the back, so I can take my 2x6, set it up there, and then just screw it in. And you kind of see what I'm talking about. Due to the existing notches, there was only one way to do it. And like this one, here's the round, and you have the hard cut 90s on the back side and this side. But I'm screwing it in here and in here. Well, here into the post, and on the back side, I'm screwing this into this. So it'll hold, it's gonna be sturdy. It's just not gonna be pretty. So we're gonna take this last board and we'll just set it up, and then we'll have boxed it all in. And then later on, we're gonna put the 2x4 rafters, because like I said, they're just gonna be strictly for the 10 to screw into, and then we'll screw them into the 2x6s. So let's put up this board. Alrighty folks, well that's got it up. I'm gonna put some more in at both ends, but that's basically the framework job. So that'll do it. I'll come back and do those in just a minute to put some more screws on the outside of each board, maybe a couple more in, and that'll wrap that part up. Well folks, that kind of wrapping up the post on the outdoor kitchen. Like I said, we'll get back next little installment. We'll put the so-called rafter boards up and put the tent on it, and that will basically finish what we're going to do. Now as time goes on, I'll do other little videos and we'll show some of the other things, like adding some counters and burning the wood and you know, putting some shelving in, things like that. I hope everybody understands this video and a lot of the videos we do. I'm not a master carpenter by any means, or a mechanic, or a farmer, or a hunter, a fisherman. Just an average guy doing what we need to do around the place on an average poor boy pocketbook. And most of the jobs you have to do by yourself, which means there's not a buddy off camera that can help you hold up a board. So it's kind of clumsy, it's not perfect. Like I said, the main part of this video is just show you what's going on. It's not trying to teach anybody how to do carpentry. It's just kind of trying to make the point you can still have a few little things and enjoy yourself. Doesn't take a lot of money. No shame in not doing everything perfect. As long as you're having good, clean fun and it makes you happy and you have a little enjoyment, hey, knock yourself out, give it the old college try. And if it keeps the rain off of me and gives me a little extra shade when Miss Melanie wants to grill a deer burger about 10 minutes before a thunderstorm's about to roll in, so be it. The other thing is, remember, those posts, even in the bad shape they are, and the misturned boards and notches, I'll always remember that day I came home and found my dad out there and cut a cedar tree down and went and bought an electric chainsaw and making posts to support his boathouse. And as long as those posts stay in good shape, we'll enjoy looking at them, and I'll think about my dad every time we grill a hamburger. But till next time, hope you enjoyed a little bit. Like I said, we'll pretty much wrap it up the next time, except for the fine tuning and prettying up. But hope you enjoyed it. If you do, hit the like, subscribe, tell your friends. Nothing else, you get to watch a dumb old country boy try to do something. And till next time, good Lord's willing, the creek don't rise. We'll see y'all down the road. Thank you.